that. So finally someone on the winning side, taking colorists and beating them at their own game. This is JJ Gat. So welcome to my summer series, and I talk about whatever I want to talk about. We're heading to the last few weeks of summer, so I might as well do one more video for that. So today, this is kind of a crossover. This is about what I want to talk about, but it's also a trending topic. We're going to be talking about Pinky Doll. For those of you who don't know, she is a popular personality on TikTok, and she is actually responsible for the new trend called sort of like an NPC, where you live stream, go on TikTok, do live streaming, and you make the gestures or repeated gestures of an NPC, which is a non-playable character. And in any video game, you have the main character, your joystick, and you have other characters in the game that impact you, that you run into, that have a role. Then you have these just background characters that their job is just to make noise and do things like that. Gang. So that's an NPC. So she made that famous for the most part. But here's the thing, while she's in the news. She's in the news because while she's on TikTok live streaming, for the most part, she presents herself as a lighter skinned person. This week during the Streamy Awards, she had made an appearance. She was on a red carpet. She was on a stage, and she was wearing her natural chocolatey brown complexion in real life. That's not behind the filters and behind the screen. And so that threw people off. But what I like about it as a person of brown complexion similar to hers is that it sort of solidified, brought home, or exemplified and showed what we've been saying in terms of that in the content creator influencer industry. It's easier, and I've said this before in a couple of videos, it's easier and faster to grow if you have an aesthetic, if you look, especially if you're front facing, if you're not a faceless channel, if you look and appear to have a proximity to whiteness, meaning you're either white, you're either fair skinned, or you have features of your facial features that's close to whiteness, so you're eccentric, or your hair texture, looser curl pattern, is similar to whiteness. The proximity to whiteness allows you to grow faster because people, even people of color, just prefer for some reason to just follow people who have a certain aesthetic. Now, I saw a couple of people say that she is essentially white fishing or light fishing, essentially getting the benefits of being light, which is, I've never heard that term before, but what I have heard, the term I did heard it before, is blackfishing. And that's where people who are white or biracial, but for the most part are white passing, will tan their skin, use lip fillers or filters, enhance their body or wear certain things in order to appear like they're racially ambiguous, but more black, than not. And the difference between people who do that, and why people do that, first of all, is because to have that look, or it's cooler, if you're, it's just people, just it has appeal to it. But the difference between that is those people who are white and light can always go back to their white privilege. They can always go to their light skin privilege. They can always stop tanning, take off the makeup, remove the fillers, or just, not do the lip plumpers, and go back to that and still get the benefit of whiteness and still get the benefit of being light skinned. The prime example is the Kardashians. They decided they're done with blackness and they got blonde hair, and Kim started, instead of being voluptuous, she lost a lot of weight. And so all of them are like thin and white again. And so they get the benefits of both worlds. Now, the people who are light fishing, who, if they were to stop the filters, or they were to stop bleaching their skin, and for the terms of people who actually bleach their skin, she doesn't, I don't think so. What they revert back to is the same old stereotypes of blackness and black women who are dark or who don't have European features being considered ugly or ghetto or not desirable, or not the type of person that they want to take advice from, or they want to watch and they would just scroll past and not follow or not subscribe to. So that being said, is that there is no duality in terms of beneficiaries, where you can benefit by changing your complexion, but then be your own self and still benefit. Once they be their own selves, they're going to not have the same level of growth. So it's almost by design. And so that's why I made a TikTok earlier, and I saw people on Shade Room discussing it, and the first 5 comments said how they were happy because it seemed like she was playing the game. If she was, I don't know if she did this purposely, I'm assuming she did, and that she was winning, and that she was smart, and she was genius, and it's great marketing, because essentially it is getting back at colorism and colorists, because a lot of people subconsciously just are. And it's not to say that some people don't even purposefully know that they are doing it, that they are preferring to listen to or to follow, or more likely to you know, find attractive or follow someone who has a proximity to whiteness. They just don't even realize they're doing it because it's so subconscious. It's so ingrained. It comes down to our is not indoctrination. I would say it comes from like media manipulation. It comes from years of our hearing relatives say stuff like "stay out of the sun," and people see two attractive women and they will compliment the lighter skinned one, where even if they're equally attractive, or even the darker skinned person is more attractive than the lighter skinned person. So just, and if you're the dark person, internalizing that. So even if you're dark, you also see value in lightness and whiteness and proximity to whiteness. And so because of all of that, just being part of our just growing up, we have a preference, and it's sometimes unfortunate, impacts you as a creator if you don't have those aesthetics. So it's a win. I'm not sure what people are, if folks are criticizing her for it and saying it's, I just like, she's winning, and then she won, and now that she's at the point where she's gotten this notoriety, this fame, she can now take that and launch her singing career, rap career, do whatever she wants. Hopefully, now that she's gone on and done that, she's come out herself authentically. So hopefully, people love her for what she does. She started a whole trend. She can move and pivot, but she won. She won. She took colorism and colorists and is on the winning side, because normally brown skinned women are always on the losing side. We're just always complaining about it, like I've did in those two videos, and we're just like slowly growing. I mentioned in my TikTok that there was this comedian here. Go follow her. She's on YouTube. She has about 112 subscribers. She's on TikTok. She's funny. She's hilarious. She does these skits and they're so good and so creative. And she seems like she's been at it for a little while, and her editing is really, really great. But she's only at 10K on Instagram, and that's relatively recently. And she has 112 YouTube subscribers. Why is that? You know what I mean? I can't imagine if people actually watch her stuff, they would not want to subscribe to her. But the why they're not watching it, why she's going slow, is because she's coming across their screen and they're scrolling by, because she's dark, because she's not light, because she doesn't have her features are more black than they are white. And that is why she's growing slowly. And she would go faster if people would pause and hear her out and give her a chance. So anyway, so I appreciate Pinky Doll for what she does. I'm happy that she got getting her bag, and I am happy for her for essentially being an example of what we've been saying all the time. Some people try to say there's no such thing as pretty privilege. There's no such skin. You guys are just complaining. You guys are just jealous. No, it's a real thing. So yeah, so finally someone on the winning side, taking colorists and beating them at their own game. So yeah, that's it. What do you think about that? Comment below. Let's talk. It's my summer series. If you want to see other videos of my summer series, you can watch another one right here.